If you're over 60, there's one truth you need to hear, and it might sting a little. Muscle loss is real. It's not a myth. It's not just bad luck, and it's not something that only happens to other people. Doctors call it sarcopenia, but what it really means is your muscles slowly shrink and weaken as the years go by. And when your muscles go, so does your strength, your balance, your energy, and your independence. But here's the good news. You are not powerless against it. You can fight back and you can win. Now, a lot of folks think that muscle loss is just an unavoidable part of aging, like gray hair or wrinkles. That's flat out wrong. Yes, your body naturally tends to lose muscle as you get older, but the key word here is tends. It doesn't have to happen. The biggest driver of muscle loss is not age itself. It's inactivity and poor nutrition. Sit too much, eat too little protein, and skip the foods that truly nourish your muscles, and you'll see your strength slip away faster than you ever thought possible. But fuel your body right and keep moving, and your muscles will respond even if you're 70, 80, or beyond. Think about what muscle really does for you. It's not just about lifting groceries or climbing stairs, although that matters. Muscle protects your joints, it supports your posture, it stabilizes your balance, it helps you burn fat and control blood sugar. In fact, strong muscle is one of the most powerful predictors of long life and healthy aging. When you lose muscle, you don't just get weaker, you set yourself up for falls, broken bones, slower recovery from illness, and a shorter lifespan. That's why I say muscle is life. You protect it, or you risk losing everything that makes life worth living. The great news is your body is always listening. Even at 60, 70, or 80 years old, your muscles are paying attention to what you feed them and how you use them. When you give them enough protein and when you challenge them with movement, whether it's walking, lifting, stretching, or even yard work, they respond by staying strong. That's the miracle built into your biology. You are not too old to gain strength. You're not too old to build muscle. The science is clear. Seniors who train and eat well can increase their muscle mass and strength just like younger folks. But here's the flip side. If you ignore it, if you keep sitting, eating processed junk and believing the lie that muscle loss is just aging, you'll keep slipping. And the day will come when you need a walker, a cane, or someone else's arm just to get out of a chair. That's not the future you want, and it's not the future you have to accept.
The choice is in your hands. Yes, muscle loss after 60 is real, but it is not a life sentence. It's a challenge, and challenges can be overcome. Feed your muscles with real food, especially protein-rich foods. Move your body every single day, even if it's just a little. Stay consistent, and watch how your body fends you with more strength, more confidence, and more years of independence.
Eggs are one of the most perfect foods on planet Earth. Nature designed them to hold every single nutrient needed to grow life, and that means they carry almost everything you need to fuel your body. When people ask me what they should eat for strength, energy, and overall health, eggs are always on the list. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and packed with protein of the highest quality. In fact, the protein in eggs is so complete that scientists use it as the standard to measure other proteins. That's how good they are. If you're over 60, you need to understand just how powerful this little food is for your muscles. Every egg is loaded with amino acids, the building blocks your body uses to repair and grow muscle tissue. And when you're trying to fight off muscle loss with age, those amino acids are like gold. Without them, your body simply can't maintain the strength it already has, let alone build new muscle. Add eggs to your diet regularly, and you're giving your muscles exactly what they've been craving. But the benefits don't stop at protein. Eggs are rich in healthy fats, including cholesterol, which your body desperately needs to make hormones that keep you strong and energetic. Don't fall for the old myth that cholesterol in eggs is dangerous. Study after study has proven that eggs do not raise your risk of heart disease. In fact, for many people, eating eggs actually improves cholesterol balance by raising the good HDL levels. Your brain, your nerves, and your hormones all thrive when you give them the healthy fats that eggs provide. Then there are the vitamins and minerals. Eggs are one of the few foods naturally rich in vitamin D, which supports bone strength and immune health. They also give you choline, an essential nutrient for brain function, and B vitamins that keep your energy levels steady. All of this matters because after 60, your body doesn't bounce back from nutrient deficiencies as quickly as it used to. Eggs make sure you're getting a broad spectrum of what you need to stay sharp, strong, and active. And let's talk about practicality. You don't need fancy recipes or complicated meal plans to benefit from eggs. Boil them, scramble them, fry them in a little butter, or mix them into an omelet loaded with vegetables. They're quick, they're versatile, and they're satisfying. If you're on a budget, eggs are one of the most cost-effective ways to get high-quality nutrition without breaking the bank. Now, are eggs the only food you should rely on? No, but they are an excellent foundation. Think of them as one of the cornerstone foods for anyone serious about keeping muscle and energy after 60. They're real food, made by nature, not processed in a factory. Every time you choose eggs over packaged junk, you're choosing to invest in your health. So don't fear them. Don't limit them unnecessarily. Enjoy eggs often because they are one of the simplest, smartest, and most powerful tools you can use to fight muscle loss, stay energized, and keep living with independence and strength well into your older years. When people hear the words muscle building food, their minds almost always go straight to eggs, chicken, or maybe a steak. And while those are great choices, there's one food that deserves special attention: fatty fish. I'm talking about salmon, sardines, mackerel, and herring. These are not just ordinary protein sources, they're muscle protecting, joint healing, brain supporting powerhouses, and they become especially important once you pass 60. What makes fatty fish so unique is that it offers a double punch your body desperately needs as it ages. First, it's loaded with high-quality protein, the same kind of complete protein you'd find in eggs. Every bite gives you the amino acids your muscles must have to repair themselves and grow stronger. Without those amino acids, your muscles simply shrink away over time. But with them, you keep the raw materials needed to fight muscle loss head-on. That's reason number one. Fatty fish matters. Now, here's where fatty fish pulls far ahead of eggs or chicken. It's bursting with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These are not just healthy fats in some vague sense. These are muscle medicine. Studies show that omega-3s don't just protect your heart. They help your muscles respond better to exercise. They reduce the inflammation that eats away at strength, and they even help preserve the connections between your nerves and muscles so they continue firing properly. That means your body doesn't just hold on to muscle, it actually uses it better. If you've ever dealt with stiff joints, aching knees, or sore shoulders, you already know how pain can hold you back from moving. Here's the beauty of omega-3s. They don't just protect muscle, they protect joints too. They reduce that nagging inflammation, making it easier to get up, move a band, and exercise without pain stopping you. And when you can move more, you can train your muscles more. It's a cycle that feeds on itself. The more omega-3s you get, the more active you can be, and the more muscle you keep. Fatty fish also delivers a powerhouse of vitamins and minerals that directly support strength and longevity. Vitamin D for bones, B vitamins for energy, selenium for cell protection, all wrapped up in one natural package. And unlike supplements, your body absorbs these nutrients better when they come from real food. That's how nature intended it. Now, some people tell me, Doc, I don't like the taste of fish. I get it. But let me be blunt. Your taste buds aren't more important than your health. You can learn to enjoy it. Start small, try canned sardines mixed into a salad, or bake a piece of salmon with butter and lemon. Keep experimenting until you find a way that works for you. Because the truth is, if you're serious about keeping muscle and strength after 60, fatty fish is not optional, it's essential. You don't need it every single day, but making it a regular part of your week will give you an edge that eggs alone can't provide. Think of it as leveling up your nutrition. Fatty fish gives you protein for strength, omega-3s for muscle and joint protection, and a nutrient package that supports your entire body. So when we say there's a food that beats eggs for building and protecting muscle after 60, this is it. Fatty fish. It's not hype. It's the truth backed by science and nature. Put it on your plate, make it a habit, and watch how it changes the way you feel and move. Omega-3 fatty acids are one of the most powerful tools you can use to protect your body after 60. Most people hear the term omega-3 and immediately think of heart health, and yes, they're fantastic for that. But what most folks don't realize is that omega-3s are also some of the best medicine for your muscles and joints. And if you want to stay strong, independent, and mobile as you age, you need to understand just how much they matter. Your muscles are constantly breaking down and rebuilding themselves. That process slows down as you get older, which is why so many people feel weaker year after year. Omega-3s step in to help. They make your muscles more sensitive to protein, which means every bite of protein you eat works harder for you. Instead of wasting nutrients, your muscles actually grab onto them and use them to repair and grow. This is a huge advantage, especially if you're over 60 and your body doesn't process food as efficiently as it used to. Now let's talk about inflammation. This is the silent enemy of both muscles and joints. A little inflammation is normal when you exercise or get injured. It's part of the healing process. But chronic ongoing inflammation slowly eats away at your strength and makes your joints ache. That's why so many older adults wake up with stiff knees, sore shoulders, or aching hips. Omega-3s directly combat that. They calm inflammation down, allowing your joints to move more freely and your muscles to recover more quickly. That means less pain, more mobility, and more ability to stay active. There's another piece of the puzzle most people don't hear about. Your muscles don't just rely on the muscle fibers themselves. They rely on the communication between your nerves and muscles. Over time, those connections weaken, which makes movement slower, clumsier, and weaker. Omega-3s protect those nerve-muscle connections, keeping your body coordinated and responsive. This is a big reason why omega-3s are linked not only to better muscle health, but also to a lower risk of falls in seniors. Falls are one of the greatest dangers after 60, and keeping your balance strong is just as important as building muscle. The benefits don't stop there. Omega-3s help lubricate joints by improving the quality of the fluids that cushion them. If you've ever felt grinding or stiffness in your knees or hips, you know how much that can slow you down. By feeding your body omega-3s, you're essentially oiling the hinges, making movement smoother and less painful. That in turn encourages you to keep walking, lifting, or stretching, and that's how you hold on to muscle long term. The best part is that you don't need a supplement bottle to get them. Nature gives you omega-3s in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Just 2 or 3 servings a week can have a noticeable impact on how your muscles and joints feel. Yes, there are pills and oils on the shelf, but nothing matches real food. If you want to protect your body after 60, make fatty fish a regular part of your meals. So when we say omega-3s protect muscles and joints, it's not just a catchy phrase, it's a fact backed by science and confirmed by real-life experience. These fats help you build muscle more efficiently, keep inflammation under control, protect your nerves, and keep your joints moving smoothly. That's why I say omega-3s aren't optional after 60. They're essential if you want to stay strong, pain-free, and independent for as long as possible. The mistake many people make when they hear about a powerful food like fatty fish or eggs is thinking food alone is the answer. Don't get me wrong, nutrition is critical, but food without movement is only half the equation. If you truly want to protect and build muscle after 60, you have to pair what you put on your plate with how you use your body. That's when the magic really happens. Your muscles are designed to respond to demand. If you never challenge them, they get the message loud and clear, we're not needed anymore. And the body being efficient starts to break them down. That's why sitting all day or avoiding activity accelerates muscle loss. But when you move, when you walk, lift, stretch, or push against resistance, you're sending your muscles the opposite signal. Stay strong, we still need you. That's when the protein and omega-3s from your food have a job to do, and they get to work repairing and building stronger tissue. Think of it this way. Protein is the bricks, omega-3s are the mortar, but exercise is the blueprint that tells your body where to build. Without that blueprint, your body doesn't know what to do with the materials. You could eat all the right foods, but if you're not moving, the muscle signal just isn't strong enough. Pairing food with movement is what locks the whole process into place. And the good news is you don't need to train like an athlete to get the benefits. Simple movements make a big difference. Walking regularly tells your legs to hold on to strength. Doing bodyweight squats or standing up from a chair without using your hands keeps your thighs and hips engaged. Lifting light dumbbells or even grocery bags signals your arms and shoulders to stay strong. Add stretching to keep your joints loose, and suddenly your food has a real purpose. It's being used as fuel and building material for a body that's still active. Now let's get practical. Imagine eating a meal of salmon rich in omega-3s and protein. If you follow that with an evening walk or a light resistance workout, you've created the perfect environment for your muscles to absorb those nutrients and put them to work. You're not just eating, you're building. On the flip side, if you eat that same meal and then sit in a recliner for the rest of the day, the signal to your muscles is weak and much of the potential is wasted. Movement also improves circulation, which means those nutrients you just ate actually reach your muscles faster. It improves insulin sensitivity, which helps your body use protein more effectively. It even strengthens your bones and balance, reducing your risk of falls. The combination of proper food and consistent movement creates a synergy you simply can't replace with one or the other alone. The bottom line is this: food feeds your muscles, but movement gives them purpose. Pair them together and you create a powerful cycle of strength, energy, and independence. Skip either one and you'll never see the results you're capable of. So don't just eat right, move right. That's how you protect your body after 60 and keep living life on your terms. If there's one principle that separates people who succeed in protecting their health after 60 from those who struggle, it's consistency. Not perfection, not complicated routines, not chasing the latest fads, just steady, repeated action day after day. The truth is, your body doesn't care about what you did once or twice. It responds to what you do regularly. That's why consistency is the real key to keeping your muscles strong, your joints healthy, and your independence intact. Too many folks think they have to overhaul their entire lifestyle in one dramatic move. They try a new diet for a week, or they exercise for a few days, then fall back into old habits because it feels overwhelming. The problem isn't their ability. The problem is they're aiming for perfection instead of progress. Your muscles don't need perfection. They need repeated signals. Your nutrition doesn't need to be flawless. It needs to be steady. That's where real results come from. Think of muscle like a bank account. You don't build savings by putting in $1 million once. You build it by depositing a little bit every single week, month after month. Muscle works the same way. Every walk you take, every can of sardines you eat, every time you choose to get up out of a chair instead of sitting longer, that's a deposit into your muscle account. Skip too many deposits and the account shrinks. Keep them steady and the balance grows. Consistency also takes away the stress of trying to do everything at once. You don't have to exercise for an hour every day. You don't have to eat perfectly at every meal. You just need to keep showing up. Walk a little every day. Add fatty fish to your plate a couple of times a week. Do body weight exercises 3 times a week. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. The power comes from repeating these small habits until they add up to something life-changing. Here's the beauty of consistency. It compounds. At first, the results feel small. Maybe you notice you're a little less stiff in the morning, or you're able to carry groceries more easily. But over time, those small wins snowball. 6 months later, you've got more energy. A year later, your doctor is amazed at how strong your blood work looks. 2 years later, you're doing things most people your age gave up on long ago. All because you chose to stay consistent instead of giving up. The biggest trap people fall into is quitting when they don't see instant results. Remember, you didn't lose muscle overnight.